Hi, from Lima, Peru. I'm actually getting ready to leave. I'm packing up. Um, I have to leave for the airport in about a half an hour. But I wanted to make a few observations about Lima before I actually left the city. When I was getting ready to take this trip, I was talking with some people one night, and one of the people that was there is this guy who I know who travels for a living. He's on a plane every week. And his family's actually in the travel business. And when I mentioned Peru and I said, "Oh, I think, I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to go to Lima. I'm not really sure what there is to do there." His reaction really shocked me because his reaction was, "Lima is my least favorite city in the entire world." Okay. From someone who travels as much as he does, that was kind of a shocking and really bold statement. So it kind of colored my idea of Lima, like what it could be or what I could do here. And what I can tell you is I'm completely charmed by this city. I really like it here, and now I'm disappointed that I didn't allow for more time. I only gave myself a few days here, and I really would have liked, or well, now that I know some of the city, I wish I could stay longer. But I've already got my ticket to Mexico City, which I love, and I'm so excited to go back after 3 years. I had one of my best trips ever to Mexico City a few years ago, and I'm really looking forward to going back and seeing how I feel about it to see if I still have that same feeling of awesome about the city. But before I do that, observations about Lima. It's charming. It's a cosmopolitan city. There's a lot to do here, and um, everything you'd want in a city, right? Department stores and great restaurants, really, really good restaurants, and lots of hustle and bustle, and people going about their daily business, and a lot of white collar work. I'm actually kind of fascinated by it, and I want to do a little more research now about sort of industry in Peru and or specifically surrounding Lima, like what all is going on here. Um, what was I going to say about that? Oh, so I had this, I came up with an analogy for Lima that I think is pretty accurate. I feel like Lima is like New York City. It's a very large area that encompasses a lot of different personalities. Um, and in Lima, there are entire swaths of the city that certainly a tourist, a visitor, wouldn't wander into. They're poorer or uh, they could potentially be not terribly safe. Uh, what I learned was the whole area around the airport is very, very unsafe. Like, if you walk out of the airport, you better already have your transportation planned because you can't just pick up a cab outside the airport. Um, yeah, I mean, it's literally dangerous. So there are large areas of Lima that are either, poor and the people don't speak English, and not to say that they're unsafe, but they're neighborhoods that as a tourist you just wouldn't go. There's nothing to do there, and anyway, so there are parts of the city that are like that. Then there are parts of the city that are really, really cool. And so there are two neighborhoods in particular that are sort of the place where everybody goes, and all of the visitors go there because it's the most awesome. There's Miraflores, which I am going to say is like Manhattan, It's the richest part of the city. It's very large. It's actually a really big area. And even within Miraflores, there are little pocket neighborhoods that all have their own personality. The hotel that I'm staying in, which by the way, awesome boutique hotel, um, Tierra Viva. Tierra Viva is a chain of, I don't know, I think there are 5 or 6 of them, but they're all in Peru and they're little boutique hotels and they're really nice. Anyway, I love this place. I would stay here again. Um, so this neighborhood is quiet. It's a residential neighborhood, but it's close. It's only a couple of streets away. The hotel's only a couple of streets away from a main artery where there's shopping and lots of good restaurants. Oh my God. I ate at a tapas restaurant the other night that was some of the best food I've ever had. Grilled octopus that was absolute perfection. If I could recreate that dish, I would eat it once a week. It was amazing. Um, so anyway, Miraflores is like that. And then there's this main area where sort of everybody congregates, especially at night, called Park Kennedy, which is a large park, and then all the way around the park are all the things you'd expect. Shops, restaurants, blah, blah, blah. The park is named for John F. Kennedy. I still have not gotten online to find out why it's named after a U.S. president, but it is. And it's a big park, and it's also known as the cat park because it's filled with cats. Every color, they're all kind of the same size, which I thought was kind of weird. Um, but yeah, there's hundreds and hundreds of cats, and they're all tame, and they come and hang out with you, and of course beg food. And but I got a lot. Well, I didn't get as many pictures. It's amazing how many people were taking pictures of cats, but I did get some pictures, and I had some fun interactions with some cats, and it was great. Like I just wanted to sit there with the cats constantly. Um, Anyway, yeah, so Miraflores is like Manhattan. It's it's wealthy. There's a business district. I mean, it is part of the business district. There's a lot of activity, a lot of business going on. You see people of every stripe, from tourists to businessmen to, just workers of all kinds. Um, and the restaurants are terrific. So then the second neighborhood that everybody talks about is called Barranco, and it's right next to Miraflores. And my analogy is that that's Brooklyn because it's the hot, bohemian, hipstery kind of neighborhood. Also, great shopping and good restaurants and very cool. There's a beach here. Apparently, this is the best place in the world to learn how to surf because of the way that the waves come in. They're very regular and gentle. And so, anyway, I don't know, it's something I read. And there were so many people surfing, and it's cold out. So, oh yeah, that was the other thing. I brought clothes for the jungle, and it's cold here. So, thank God you can buy everything made of alpaca here for like $1.98 because I bought 2 alpaca sweaters and an alpaca scarf, and I had to go to the department store and find a pair of pants. Yeah, crazy cold, but I feel better now. I have some proper clothes for where I am, and it's not going to be warm in Mexico, which kind of bummed me out. It's also going to rain the entire time I'm there, which bums me out even more. Okay, I should go. I have a lot more observations about the city. It's a fantastic place. Don't hesitate to come here. They have a proper catacombs, just like in Paris. Not as big, but it's still a catacombs. And a couple of really cool museums that sadly I did not get to because I didn't allow myself enough time. So I feel like I will be back at some point, kind of like Lima. Okay, so that's it. I got 15 minutes to get some food and to head to get ready to go to the airport. So I'll send you a note from Mexico. Bye.